Welcome to the Q&A segment. Thank you for sending in all those questions. We had so many questions that we couldn't believe we're going to have so many responses like that. Thank you once again for sending in such questions. So the Q&A questions range from career switch to career advice to personal questions for me, as well as working in Big Four consulting firms. So let's get it started. This question says, I love my job, but I find it difficult getting into my dream firm. What's your take? This is my opinion. You know, the concept of dream job can create discontent in you. For me, I've never had, comparing my current job with a dream job. I just make sure that each year, each day, I develop myself. I'm better than yesterday, because you find out that companies are always looking for particular skill sets. So if you just focus on yourself and develop yourself, your dream job will come calling after you. So for instance, 2 years ago, there were 2 firms that I applied for. One gave me an opportunity to attend the interview. The other didn't even respond to my application. But last year, those 2 firms came back calling, looking for me. So it's not about the dream job, it's about you. So don't get dissatisfied with your current job because of a dream job. Take advantage of the opportunity that you have. I would also like to say to you that you should appreciate your current role, because if you don't appreciate what you have, it's not likely you're going to get anything better. Also, in getting your dream job, leverage LinkedIn and make sure that you're networking with people. But don't let your desire to get into another job affect your performance on your current role. This question says, how do you handle being a career woman? I would say focus, resilience, and a lot of sacrifices and denials. Personally, I'm married to somebody that understands my dream and gives me the right support to accomplish my vision. Professionally, I do not work as if I'm a woman. I don't expect unnecessary favors because I'm a woman. I just do my thing and I go. This next question says, how do I know what career path to follow, or if I am in the right job? I'll say this to you, that you should read more about the available career options. Number 2, don't close the door on any opportunity that you have. 3, I would say don't define yourself too early, because you really do not know what you will love or what you will not love until you try. There's one of the respondents that said she just started a new job and she doesn't think it's something she would love to do, but she's afraid to take a decision because she doesn't want people to think she doesn't know what she wants. I will say this to you, why don't you give yourself some time to settle into the new role? Keep an open mind, and again I repeat, don't define yourself too early. Most people usually do not know what they want to do until they try different things. So all these things about career is trial and error, and whenever opportunity presents itself. But I would say make sure that whatever thing you have, you find yourself doing, make sure that you are excellent on that role. This question is, how do you learn from someone that does not create time for you? I don't understand the circumstance, but my advice is this. Number 1, you can observe the person. If the person is a mentor to you and the person doesn't have time for you, you can observe the person and see what the person does and imitate what the person does. Number 2, you can try to have a discussion with that person. Maybe the person can fit you on his or her schedule to give you the mentorship that you require. The next question is, how do I connect into international business network? I'll say this to you, you have to be very active on social media. You have to network with people in the space that you want to play. And it's also important that you try to attend international events. I recently lost my job. I do not know if I should start searching or take a break. Now, when I read the profile of this person that lost her job, she's a customer service officer in one of the banks. She's been there for 4 years, and the bank recently made her redundant. The first thing that came to my mind is, congratulations, because you still have time to get your career back. This is what I would say to you as to whether you should start searching for another job or you should wait. It actually depends on your objective. But for me, I started searching for another job. Immediately I lost my first one. And whilst searching for the other job, I just didn't sit at home without developing myself. In that period, I was able to finish my CIS exams that I had abandoned for years, and I also started writing my CFA exams. And along the line, a new job came, and of course, the rest is history. What is the best way to network? Number one, people would always want to be around people that add value to them. So if you want to network, make sure that you have considered the value you want to add to that person. Number two, what I've noticed on LinkedIn, which I think people should stop in a quest to network, is trying to, from my experience, LinkedIn is a platform for very busy people. So if you want to network, don't just say, hello, good evening, because what you realize is that most people do not respond. I would suggest that if you have a value to add, why don't just type a simple message and send to that person so the person knows upfront what your request is. This question says, how did you find your purpose? Number one, you have to identify who you are. If you don't know yourself, you won't know what your purpose is. Number two, you have to surround yourself with people that understand your purpose. Because if they don't understand your purpose, they are going to kill your dreams. I remember I met my husband when I was in 100 level in university. And he told me something, that when he met me, he knew that I was going to be a career woman. And that he asked himself that, is he going to be able to cope with this person's ambition? And to him, the answer is yes, and that is why we are together. So for most times, for all the career milestones I've achieved, it's usually the one prompting me that, okay, I think it's time for you to write your CFA exams. I think it's time for you to complete this. So you have to surround yourself with people that understand your vision. Another thing that I've discovered is this: there is no self-made success. Success is a joint effort. If you don't have support, you are likely to fail. So you have to surround yourself with people that support you, people that understand your vision, and people that are willing to help you. This question says, when did you start your CFA exams and what prompted it? I started my CFA exams in 2012, but I had always had the desire to write CFA exams. So let me step back a little. I finished my IBAN exams when I was in level 2 in the university. I became a chartered accountant in 200 level, and I started writing my CIS exams immediately. That's Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers exam. The reason why I wrote CIS then was because there was nobody that was going to fund my CFA exams. We all know that CFA exams is very expensive. And of course, then there was no center in Nigeria, so you had to travel abroad to write the exams. And of course, I knew my parents had supported me in writing IBAN. They are funding my undergraduate studies, and they were not going to fund the CFA exams. So in the interim, instead of waiting after my IBAN exams, I started writing CIS exams. So I'd always wanted to write CFA exams. When I finished school and started working in 2008, somehow I forgot about the dream of CFA, and all the books that I had about CFA, I just left them on my shelf for many years. So what really triggered me was the job loss. So the job loss triggered me to starting my CFA exams in 2012. And for me, my journey was a very long one. It took me 5 years to complete the exams. That 5 years was surrounded by a lot of factors, but at each stage, I made sure that, I never gave up on getting the charter. How can I combine tight work schedules, managing the hope front, especially my kids, and committing to develop myself. Well, I would say this. I understand this requires a lot of courage, it requires a lot of determination, and it also requires a lot of sacrifice. But if you believe you can, I think you would be able to do it. You can also study people that have done it and have been successful at doing all these things that you hope to achieve. Learn from them, listen to their stories, and pick up lessons on how they were able to do it. Hello guys, thank you for listening to me. I hope I've been able to answer your questions. I would please say that you should subscribe to this YouTube channel. You should like the video. You should share it because you might be helping somebody, and you should leave your comments on how we can make it better. We are going to be having an event at the end of the year, and it's going to be very big. But before then, I'd like you to know that this event will be open to those that subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe to this channel. Thank you and see you soon. I believe that you are unlimited.